I never thought a simple steak dinner would land my neighbor in handcuffs. But let me tell you, when you move into a place like Oakwood Estates, anything can happen, especially if Sheila Watkins decides you're the villain of the week. You know the type, every blade of grass exactly 3 inches high, mailboxes that line up like soldiers and rules for just about everything. Probably even how many robins are allowed to land on your fence at one time. That's where I found myself 3 months ago, unpacking boxes and trying to settle in as the new guy, still thinking I'd landed in some suburban paradise. And as a software developer working from home, let's just say food delivery is about the only thing keeping me alive after those all-night coding sessions. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, picture this. It's Friday. I'm dead on my feet after another week chasing deadlines, and all I want is to collapse on the couch with a steak big enough to make a grown man weep. I track the Grubhub order like a hawk driver's right on time. Except 5 minutes go by, then 10, and there's no ring at the door. Nothing but my stomach grumbling. I check the app, see a delivery photo, except that sure isn't my door. I call the driver trying to keep it cool, and he says I followed the instructions. Lady at the door said she was expecting it, even told me her name. That's when I first got the full Sheila Watkins experience. 60-something razor-sharp bob, that look that could make milk curdle, and an attitude to match. President of the HOA, of course. Patrols the block like she's head warden of a minimum security prison. I recognize the house from the delivery photo, a teal door just 3 houses down. So I walk over thinking this is a dumb mistake. But when Sheila answers, there's my steak, well, the smell of it anyway, drifting out from behind her like a cruel joke. "Hi, I think there's been a mix-up," I say, doing my best to be polite. My food was delivered here by accident. She doesn't even blink. "Oh dear," she says, voice sweet as artificial sweetener. "There's been no mistake. HOA rules prohibit food deliveries after 6 p.m. on weekdays, Section 12.3. She gives this tiny smug grin. As president, it's my duty to enforce these rules. Think of this as a friendly warning. That's my dinner, I say, paid for out of my own pocket. Could I just have it back? But she's already halfway shutting the door, telling me she's disposed of it properly, and I'll get a formal notice tomorrow. Welcome to Oakwood Estates, right? So now I'm standing there hungry, $75 lighter, wondering if this is just some weird welcome ritual. I order a pizza, try to laugh it off. I don't. The next morning, there's an official violation notice in my mailbox, citing a rule that definitely doesn't exist in any document I signed. I email the board nothing but auto-responses straight out of some "don't call us, we'll call you" handbook. I figure, okay, maybe don't poke the bear just yet. But the bear isn't done with me. Next few weeks, it's like clockwork. Every time I order food, it disappears. Sheila always seems to know. Sometimes she tells the driver they're breaking HOA parking rules. Other times, she claims I canceled and forgot to tell the restaurant. Once she actually pretended to be my wife. I'm not kidding, by the time I'm out almost $300 in meals, I realize this is way past control freak territory. This is obsession. So I get smart. I put up a doorbell cam, start documenting everything. Every lie, every bag snatched from my stoop. I send formal complaints to the board and the management company. Some board members seem sympathetic, but no one wants to tangle with Sheila. At a community meeting, one neighbor whispers that Sheila had the Petersons' maple tree ripped out while they were on vacation, said it was dropping too many leaves. Another neighbor pipes up. She fined the Garkas family daily until they scrubbed chalk drawings off their driveway. Everyone's walking on eggshells. But me, I'm done. I hatch a plan. I place an order from Lao, the fanciest French place in town, $500 worth of truffle cheese desserts, wine the works. I'm watching from my window, heart pounding, and right on cue, here comes Sheila intercepting the delivery guy like she's on a mission from God. My doorbell camera catches the whole thing, her spiel about community delivery protocols, the confused driver handing over my bag, the little smirk as she walks away. But I don't confront her, not this time. I call the non-emergency police line. "Yeah, "Hi, my neighbor's been stealing my food deliveries. Today it was over $500 worth, and I've got it on video." The dispatcher promises to send someone over. 20 minutes later, 2 cruisers pull up, lights flashing. I'm watching from behind the blinds as both officers walk right up to Sheila's door. Her face, man. I wish I'd gotten a picture, goes from smug to panicked in 2 seconds flat. She's waving her hands, probably throwing around her HOA authority, talking about unauthorized deliveries. One of the officers comes over to my place, asks for my side. I hand him the HOA rules on my phone. Nothing about food delivery. I show him the doorbell footage, clip after clip, of Sheila grabbing food, sometimes in a bathrobe, sometimes in gardening gloves, even once with a Bluetooth headset barking orders while she swipes a bag off my porch. The officer's watching the videos, getting more and more serious, then finally asks, "What's the value of today's delivery?" I show him the receipt, $1, $523.47, including a $100 steak and a pricey bottle of Bordeaux. His eyebrows go up. "Please wait here." He heads back to Sheila. Their conversation gets heated, hands flying, voices rising. Suddenly, this is the part I'll never forget. One officer pulls out handcuffs, the other starts reading her rights. Sheila just freezes, turns the color of overcooked salmon. Neighbors start peeking out windows. For once, the queen of the cul-de-sac isn't calling the shots. She's being walked to a cruiser, cuffed and silent. That night, an officer comes back to get my statement. "Your neighbor's being charged with grand larceny," he tells me. "In this state, anything over $500 is a felony." Turns out they found my entire order in her fridge wine right on the kitchen counter. He almost laughs. She was honestly shocked that being HOA president didn't let her take other people's property. The fallout, immediate. Emergency HOA meeting the next day, packed house, everyone buzzing. The board looks like they'd rather be anywhere else. Residents start standing up, sharing their stories, fines for imaginary infractions, threats, even liens for made-up rule violations. My turn comes. I don't say much. Just play the footage, clip after clip of Sheila swiping food like she's shopping at Costco. The room goes silent. Then the board votes unanimous. Sheila's out, effective immediately. Howard, the VP, a retired accountant, stands up. "We'll be auditing HOA finances for the last 3 years. Turns out Sheila's community improvements just happened to match upgrades in her backyard. Custom lights, pergola water feature, you name it. Meanwhile, Sheila's out on bail, facing serious charges and legal bills that could probably buy a small car. A couple days later, I'm at my desk when there's a knock at the door. I open it, and there's Sheila. Except this isn't the power-tripping tyrant I'm used to. Her hair's limp makeup almost gone, clutching her bag like a lifeline. "My attorney says I need to make restitution," she whispers, handing me an envelope. "This covers all the food you lost, plus interest." I take it, thank her, but she just stands there, eyes darting between me and the envelope, waiting for what? Forgiveness. A favor, I ask her. Was it worth it? All that just to control people over something so small? She loses it. "You don't understand." She snaps, voice trembling. "I gave everything to this community, and now I might lose my real estate license over a stupid misunderstanding." Her eyes well up. "Do you know what a criminal record does to a career?" I just shake my head. I never wanted this. I just wanted to eat dinner in peace. My phone chimes, a lunch delivery. "Excuse me," I say, stepping past her. "That's my food. And this time I think it'll actually make it to my door." Sure enough, there's the driver, big smile bag in hand. "Right on time," he says. "You have no idea," I reply. For the first time in weeks, my food makes it inside untouched. Sheila never returns to the board. The audit confirms what everyone suspected: questionable spending, upgrades to her own property, the works. She pleads out, avoids jail, but still gets a felony conviction and loses her license. That misunderstanding she kept talking about, it turned out to be the thread that unraveled her little empire. An empire built on fear, pettiness, and the need to control. Now, Oakwood Estates actually feels like a neighborhood again. New board, real transparency, revised handbook. Heck, they even ask what residents want now. Imagine that. As for me, I still order food. And every time I hear the soft thump of a bag on my porch, I smile not because of what's inside, but because it's proof that sometimes the best revenge isn't loud, isn't dramatic. It's just calm, patient, and relentless. All I had to do was press play and let the truth do the rest. In the end, Sheila brought herself down one bag of Wagyu at a time. So, if you liked watching an HOA president finally get a taste of her own medicine, hit that like button, subscribe for more wild neighborhood stories, and let me know in the comments, what would you have done? Was I right? Was justice served, or did it all just get out of hand? Let's hear it, because when it comes to HOA drama, everyone's got an opinion.